Uncle Howdy just dropped one of the most revealing teasers so far, so we'll see what those details are all about. We'll also check out what's new with Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, and more. Starting things off with probably one of the biggest Uncle Howdy teasers to date. It's been just over a month since the Uncle Howdy return teasers have been taking over WWE programming. It all started with Uncle Howdy appearing in a post-credits scene for the Bray Wyatt documentary that was released on April 1st. He briefly appeared at the end, lit Bray's lantern back up, and made the fans just lose their minds with excitement. And following that, another unique teaser exclusively aired after the Bray Wyatt documentary panel at WWE World that showed Howdy picking back up his hat. And then after that, the mysterious teaser started completely taking over WWE television programming on Raw, NXT, and Smackdown. And like we've been saying over the last few weeks, these teasers are very similar and nearly identical to the way WWE handled the rollout of the White Rabbit teasers from several years ago. So that's what made everyone very suspicious from the start that it was related to Bray Wyatt's universe, because these teasers were strangely similar to the White Rabbit. And then a few weeks ago, WWE basically confirmed that this was a Bray Wyatt universe related return, because you had all those Wyatt related Easter eggs included in that chat prompt teaser. So that basically confirmed that the Bray Wyatt universe is returning, with Uncle Howdy taking over as its central character. So that's been known for several weeks now. So what's this big new reveal about? Well, Uncle Howdy's return is the only one that seems confirmed at this point. But fans have a strong feeling that Howdy won't be alone when he returns. Fans think that Howdy's gonna return and keep Bray's original direction and story going, which includes gathering a faction together of Bray's previous allies. We saw Howdy and Bray working hard on trying to recruit Alexa Bliss into the fold in 2022. And the popular rumor and fan theory back then was that Howdy and Bray were going to keep recruiting some old and new friends until they reached 6 members and formed the Wyatt 6 faction. That was a very popular idea that was going around back then that we didn't get to see them dive into. The only thing we saw them do was very actively try and go after Alexa Bliss to put her back under Wyatt's control. So with the teasers constantly using the words like we, us, and them, it has fans believing that Uncle Howdy completed the mission that Bray and himself set out to do in 2022, and he already has several people standing by him for this upcoming return. And then the April 30th NXT teaser once again appeared to heavily hint at Howdy having multiple people already standing by his side. The message from the teaser said the following, quote, "They were broken, I didn't fix them. I accepted them. They opened the door. We can be family," end quote. Now this quote either came from Bray Wyatt in the past, or it's most likely coming from Uncle Howdy in current day. He's talking about these broken individuals he came across, how they entered his world, but they weren't fixed or changed in any way. Instead, they were simply accepted for how they were. Howdy closes the message by suggesting the idea that they can all be a family together. So once again, it's extremely heavy hinting that Uncle Howdy is coming back with maybe at least 2 or 3 more individuals being right there with him. Some fans are looking into the word broken and questioning if that could be a reference to Matt Hardy, who teased himself of being a part of this project over the last few weeks. But that may still be a bit of a reach. Even Matt Hardy said that by posting the Uncle Howdy teasers, he was just trying to create buzz and hype around himself, since he was a free agent. So it doesn't look like Matt is actually involved. It looks like he was just trying to use the Uncle Howdy teasers to get people hyped up talking about him. But Howdy mentions the word family, and it goes without saying what the significance of that word means in the Bray Wyatt universe. Bray has several families and close bonds during his time in WWE. Of course, you had the original Wyatt family that included Luke Harper and Erick Rowan. Braun Strowman then joined the family a few short years later. And then Bray had a remix version of the Wyatt family where he even welcomed Randy Orton into the fold for a while there. He also had that tag team run with Matt Hardy before finally developing a close bond with Alexa Bliss. So when Uncle Howdy talks about broken individuals that walked through the door and were accepted for who they were, and how they can all be family again. That basically makes anyone from Bray's past eligible to be a part of this new group, meaning that the individuals Howdy's talking about in the teasers has to be related in some way to Alexa Bliss, Erick Rowan, Braun Strowman, and even possibly Matt Hardy. Of course, there are some big questions there with Braun Strowman because he just recently returned on his own at the draft. So maybe he won't be a part of it right off the bat, but he could be recruited later on down the line. But as far as who could those day one people be standing with Howdy right from the start of this run, it looks like Alexa Bliss and Erick Rowan seem both very likely. Those two individuals do make a perfect Wyatt Legacy faction. Erick Rowan, one of the first individuals that Bray Wyatt formed a connection with and bonded with in WWE, and Alexa Bliss, one of the last people Bray formed a deep connection with in WWE. It makes perfect sense for those two to be understanding of Uncle Howdy's new goal and mission, considering their rich history and past connections with Bray Wyatt. So Uncle Howdy is not alone. They're really hammering that fact into our heads. The only big mystery here left to figure out is, who will these individuals be after all? With Seth Rollins potentially staying with WWE after getting drafted in the 2024 draft, that has fans already rumbling with some pretty exciting theories for the future. Cody Rhodes is the WWE champion, and he's likely holding on to that title for a decently long time. So he's going to need to face a handful of exciting threats and challengers along the way. And fans are already bringing up the idea of seeing another match between Seth and Cody. These two were supposed to meet at WrestleMania 40 for the world title, but there was no fan interest in seeing that match since fans believe that winning the actual WWE title was the only way for Cody to finish his story, so the plans were adjusted. But considering that Cody now has the WWE title, and also considering everything that happened at WrestleMania 40, Seth versus Cody does appear to be interesting again. Cody has lots of legendary help at WrestleMania 40, but arguably the biggest piece of help was from Seth Rollins, who quite literally sacrificed himself and his body to throw Roman off his game and open up the door for Cody to capitalize on it. So what better way to thank Seth Rollins for what he did at WrestleMania 40 than by Cody giving Seth Rollins a fair shot at the WWE title? Seth's last match for that specific title was in 2022, and it ended in a no contest. It could be a nice way for Cody to show appreciation to Seth, since he definitely owes him one after WrestleMania 40, while also reigniting their feud from 2022 at the same time. So, a lot of exciting potential feuds are on the way for Cody Rhodes. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.